Did they really need to make a TV show based on a 12-year-old Seth MacFarlane movie? I've seen the new Ted series on Peacock, so here's the good and not so good, all without spoilers. On paper, a Ted TV show sounds kind of like a Hollywood cash grab. Sure, it was a funny movie, but what else can Seth MacFarlane do with a crass talking teddy bear? Turns out, quite a lot. Because with this prequel series, Seth MacFarlane has more than proven that he and the character have still got it. MacFarlane is the showrunner and once again voicing Ted the bear. The big question with the Ted TV show really is it funny? And to me, yes. Yes, it was. I don't always laugh out loud when watching a comedy series, but this show got me multiple times. In Keegan-Michael Key's new book, The History of Sketch Comedy, he talks about the hey, you can't do that moment in comedy, where characters or comedians push the boundaries of good taste and decency to delightfully absurd, sometimes extreme levels. This new show is full of hey, you can't do that moments. Seth MacFarlane is being the boldest and most provocative he's been in a long time, and it really works. That said, if that's not your thing, this show probably isn't for you. MacFarlane has assembled a great lead cast. Max Burkholder plays the younger version of Mark Wahlberg's John, and he totally makes the role his own. Also, Scott Grimes and Alana Ubach deserve special shout-outs as his sitcom parents. I'm specifically calling them that because this series is once again MacFarlane channeling his love for classic television. While it has a modern single-camera approach, this show is heavily influenced by All in the Family, specifically how it addresses social issues and generational divides. Through this first season, MacFarlane's doing a great job updating the classic family sitcom, with clever storylines and an audacious R-rated bent. And the CGI on Ted looks good too. In essence, this show achieves what it set out to do. So if I had to call out its flaws, the runtimes seem a little indulgent. The first episode is 50 minutes, and I think it could have used some tighter editing, or maybe been split into 2 parts. I'm also finding some of the modern political and social sensibilities that have been mapped onto the 90s setting to be a bit jarring. It sometimes feels like certain characters and their viewpoints have been dropped in from 2024. And the show plays fast and loose with what year it might be in the 1990s, as there's references from all over the decade. But to answer my first question, yes, they did need to make this show.